What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video, and it's WrestleMania season, so I thought that it would be fun if I did my early predictions for WrestleMania 40. Of course, WrestleMania 40, couple of months away. Of course, the Royal Rumble hasn't even happened yet, but I thought it'd be fun nonetheless to predict the WrestleMania card and maybe revisit this video when the official WrestleMania card comes to fruition to see which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong, etc., etc. So last night I compiled a bit of a prediction slash fantasy card. I'm going to read it to all of you, and I'm going to explain why I think all these matches will happen. Do keep in mind, because I feel like I have to preface this, these are my predictions. They are in no way a leaked card. I can assure you only like a few of these matches might actually happen. I'm in no way a false leaker. These are my predictions, okay? Because I question the sanity of some wrestling fans, I need to preface, this is not the official card, okay? Go outside. Anyways, so I'm going to read you my fantasy card. Of course, I'm going off night 1 and night 2. So we're going to read off night 1. I've done 6 matches each night, not counting any kickoff matches or anything like that. I don't really care about kickoff matches, so it's just 6 matches each. So this is night 1. I'm going to kick it off with the men's WrestleMania showcase for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. That's right. So instead of a pointless Fatal 4-Way match that they called a WrestleMania showcase last year, I want these WrestleMania showcases to be for the tag team titles. So night 1, we'll have the men's. I have the Judgment Day defending the tag team titles against DIY, the Street Profits, and the Creed Brothers. Obviously, DIY and the Creed Brothers, they've been feuding with the Judgment Day for a little bit. And DIY and the Creed Brothers really need that WrestleMania exposure. And even then, if it's a Fatal 4-Way match, you could protect the Judgment Day, and they don't even have to be pinned to lose those tag team titles. And I chose the Street Profits from SmackDown because I really think they need that credibility back. I think they need to challenge for the tag team titles again, because ever since they've really teamed up with Bobby Lashley, they've kind of been lacking that. And I think the Judgment Day will still be champions leading up to WrestleMania because yeah, like, they're overexposed. They're obviously going to have them lose at Mania. So my first match is Judgment Day defending the tag team titles against DIY, the Street Profits, and the Creed Brothers in a Fatal 4-Way match. I have the women's world title. Rhea Ripley defends against Becky Lynch. I feel like it's the most obvious one. I know everyone will probably want Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, but in my honest opinion, I feel like the big money match at WrestleMania has to be Rhea versus Becky. They've been building it. Well, they've been teasing it a couple of times throughout 2023. And if they weren't going to fight at Mania, they would have fought by now. I don't know if Rhea will specifically drop the belt at Mania to Becky. But either way, it will probably be the match of the night for night 1. And yeah, I just feel like they're 2 women stars. Whether you have Rhea go over, you have Becky dethrone Rhea, I feel like that would be a good enough match for WrestleMania 40. I have Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn as just a rubber match. I mean, yeah, they've been feuding for a little bit, and they've had a bunch of matches together, but come on. You want to see that match one more time? McIntyre and Sammy? Come on, man, eh? I have the United States Championship, Logan Paul defending against LA Knight. I feel like this is the match where LA Knight needs to win the US title, and especially in a WrestleMania crowd, because for the past few weeks, LA Knight's popularity, I've really started to notice, it started to go down drastically. And I think that having LA Knight win the United States Championship from Logan Paul at WrestleMania 40 would help his career tremendously. And you could, give these guys a fire match. Obviously, Logan Paul will get that WrestleMania spotlight. Why not have him do it as the United States champion? Give these guys a fire match, and then LA Knight dethrones Logan Paul. The fans will go electric. So I have Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. I have Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa, and I know this might be a little bit weird for me to pick this match. But the reason why I have Solo against Randy is because it seems like maybe they're going to want Solo to really be built as the tribal heir. And, of course, Randy Orton's past issues with the bloodline never really met up with Solo. So giving Solo a big singles match against Randy Orton, a guy who's still in ring shape, let's be real. I think giving those two the WrestleMania spotlight and continuing the Randy Orton and Bloodline drama, I feel like that can add up, especially if Solo costs Randy specifically the Undisputed Championship at the Royal Rumble in that big Fatal 4-Way. I feel like that would be a good match. So I booked Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa. And then obviously the main event of night one for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one's probably going to be the most obvious of them all. Seth Rollins defending against CM Punk. Obviously, CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble. I think Punk will probably face Drew McIntyre at Elimination Chamber. And then this is the big money match of WrestleMania. I also believe that maybe CM Punk dethrones Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. But this is a dream match that everyone has wanted to see, especially when Seth Rollins was really rising as a singles competitor after the Shield. And the fact that this match is basically going to happen is incredible. This has to be the main event of night one. I don't give a fuck who wins the Women's Royal Rumble. I don't give a fuck if The Rock competes at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk needs to be the main event of night one. So yeah, this is the most obvious of them all. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Obviously, they'll keep the belt on Rollins. They seem to love Seth Rollins over there. Then we move on to night two, and I'm kicking off with the WrestleMania showcase for the women's tag team titles. I have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus the Kabuki Warriors and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Four legit women's tag teams. And I don't think it really matters who comes into this match as the champions, because I feel like those are the four teams that are the most likely to compete in a WrestleMania showcase if they are doing showcases for the women's tag team titles. You could have Kaden Carter and Katana Chance keep the titles until Mania. You can make the Kabuki Warriors win the women's tag team titles and go into WrestleMania as the champs. Hell, you can even give it to Shayna and Zoe. Who cares? But I feel like those are the four teams that'll go, and especially Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They'll probably fucking yell at Adam Pearce to get in that match. But those are the four teams that I'm the most comfortable with being in that Mania showcase. I think all four teams would kill it. I think it would be a good kickoff match, give the women some spotlight. And yeah, I think it's a very decent match. Then we go to Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. I think Rey Mysterio will come back from injury, whether it's kayfabe or legitimate, maybe at the Royal Rumble. and then it will build up to a big Latino match at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. You could even have it be a hair versus mask match. It really doesn't matter, but these two would kill it, okay? And Santos Escobar would get so much focus, and a WrestleMania match would do wonders for his singles career. I'm glad that Santos is really getting that focus, and I think it deserves to happen at WrestleMania. I don't think it deserves to happen at Elimination Chamber or a random episode of SmackDown. Give Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar that match at WrestleMania. Then we obviously have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. And yeah, I mean, they've said for years that they want, if they're going to have a singles match, it needs to happen at WrestleMania. And since it's been so long since these two have interacted, I feel like it's only fitting that Jay and Jimmy happens at WrestleMania. How you would do that, who knows? But I feel like it makes the most sense for Jay and Jimmy to happen at WrestleMania. I would even go so far as to have this as the co-main event of the show, because this is the greatest tag team in WWE history, and they're not a thing anymore. And whether or not you have the Usos retire after this match, or maybe they reunite after the match, who knows? But Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso is on my pick for WrestleMania. Then we got for the Women's Championship, Io Sky defends against Bayley. I mean, come on. The Damage Control teases Bayley not being favored. Bayley, I think, is my pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble. And then I think since Damage Control will be threatened by Bayley, they betray her. And then Bayley's like, well, fine, I was going to pick Rhea Ripley, but you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm picking Io to challenge for her women's title. And these two, man, these two would have a banger match, okay? I think these two would have a banger match for the women's championship. I don't really care who would win this between Io Sky and Bayley. I mean, Bayley really needs a women's title reign, I feel like. She hasn't had that star power in quite some time. Ever since she came back from injury, she just seemed like a manager or even a jobber at some points. So I think Bayley winning the Royal Rumble and challenging Io Sky for the women's title would bring her career more to a revival, and maybe even have Bayley win the women's championship. I mean, why the hell not, right? Then I got for the Intercontinental Championship a massive dream match that got teased in the 2023 Royal Rumble. I got Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Brock won't win, okay? There will be no way that they'll have Brock Lesnar hold a mid-card championship. But to have Gunther and Brock Lesnar for the Intercontinental Championship, not only would that bring so much prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship, but it's a dream match that everyone has wanted to see, even when Gunther was known as Walter. So why not have it be at WrestleMania? You know what I mean? And if not this match, I guess I could really see them probably do a Intercontinental Championship ladder match and maybe have Gunther win anyway. But these two would tear the goddamn house down. I think Gunther and Brock really deserves to happen. And even if this is probably Brock's retirement match, I think Gunther would be a perfect final opponent. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? And especially having Gunther beat Brock Lesnar, that can solidify his career even more. Gunther's already a main event level player, but if he beats someone like Brock Lesnar, that will make the guy definite future world champion. Then, obviously, the main event, I have the Undisputed Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus... Come on, guys, it's Cody Rhodes. It's got to be Cody Rhodes facing Roman Reigns in a rematch for the Universal Championship. Obviously, since CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble, I think Cody Rhodes will win an Elimination Chamber match to earn the right to challenge Roman Reigns. And Cody needs to win this. Okay, Cody needs to win the Undisputed Universal Championship. He needs to finish the story, because otherwise I wouldn't see the point in running this match back. And we need a full-time Undisputed Champion. Cody can be traded to SmackDown from Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis and Cody have history. Obviously, these two can run the goddamn house down. Maybe Cody evades interference from Solo, or Cody can call interference from somebody. Someone could debut and help Cody fend off the bloodline. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be Roman Cody. Like, I don't see them doing Roman Rock. I don't see them doing Roman AJ. I don't see them doing Roman Orton. I think it's going to be Roman and Cody. And I don't think anyone would really complain by that. So, yeah, I think Cody should win the Undisputed Universal Championship. But anyways, guys, those are my card predictions for WrestleMania 40, my early card predictions for WrestleMania 40. What are your guys' card predictions? What do you think will happen at WrestleMania 40? Do you agree with my picks? What are yours? Leave them down in the comments below. If you are new here, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on. I am introducing a new series to my channel called Title Trivia, where I will get my wrestling friends and other wrestling podcasters to name every title holder in WWE or AEW, maybe even WCW or ECW history in reverse chronological order. So be sure to tune into that, because that's going to be an amazing series. We are doing so many big things heading into 2024. You do not want to miss it. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me today. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Be good people, and peace.